I don't think you should have been having an orgy while we're supposed to be in quarantine. That's a bit fucked up. Welcome back to another episode of Cracking One Open with Christian and Beau here in the Yarra Valley, coming at you from the Yarra Valley, episode 7. What up? How's it going, man?
Good, man. If you're listening to this or you're watching it, you can't tell if you're listening, but we're on a balcony right now with the beautiful Yarra Valley behind us.
We are. You'll be able to watch this episode on YouTube and see the beautiful scenery. We're sitting on your balcony out overlooking Badgers Creek in the Yarra Valley, and it's a nice day. We've had shitty weather all the last couple of weeks, but the sun's come out for the podcast specifically today.
This is unreal. This has been torrential rain the last few bits, but this I can't even see a cloud in the sky. And just for the record, we're looking over at Melbourne's probably.
What are we looking at?
That
Melbourne's
direction.
That away,
and then the main Yarra Valley's Hillsville's just there.
Hillsville and whatnot's just there.
That's fantastic wine growing region if you haven't heard about it.
Yeah. What's the Yarra Valley?
The Yarra Valley is a valley on the Yarra River. It's a very creative name.
Oh shit!
And Yarra from the Yarra River means ever flowing in Aboriginal.
Ever flowing.
Ever flowing in English. Yarra.
Is
Yarra.
The Yarra Valley's permanently on its period. It's ever flowing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's 270 kilometers long period length. Starts up in these mountains. And by the way, we're drinking water from Mount Donabuang. This is sourced from the mountain.
Mount Donna what?
That's the name of the mountain over there. It got tested by one of the local, I don't know what you call them, but CSIRO.
Oh, okay.
And they test the water here. It's some of the purest water they've ever tested in Australia.
Some of the purest water that. Hey, Tasmania's got the purest water though.
Apparently, but we're close. We're just 15 minutes behind us here.
Tasmania?
No. Tassie's 20 minutes. The hills are 15. No,
Tassie's
further than
20 minutes that way. The
Donabuang is in the Yarra Ranges, so that's back there. If you look on Google, it's got natural spring car park, so you can collect water there. It's insane. People do it all the time. Yeah, there's a car park.
Natural spring car parks.
Natural spring car parks.
You park in the spring.
It's called
You just stick your hand out the window, collect some water, and you drive off. Yeah. It's like a drive-through for natural water.
It basically, you could nearly lean out of your car and do that. And the wind is churning up here, so we're gonna crack open
crack one open, huh? So what are we cracking? We're cracking
this is a wine I
Pinot
brought.
Out of the.
I knew you brought it.
No, you hate this wine.
No, I don't. I hate the strong words.
I reckon that's a $20 bottle of wine. It's bloody awesome. It's
from Dan's or something.
Yeah, from Dan Murphy's, $20.
So
it's a great Pinot.
Yering Station's sub range. Oh fuck! I just spilled something.
It's the Povo range from Yering Station. Yering Station's the oldest winery in the Yarra Valley. One of the oldest in Australia.
Third oldest in Australia.
Third oldest in Australia.
I'll start off light there, mate. There's a little bit of a third fill there for you. We'll just swirl it around a little bit to aerate the wine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So this episode we plan to talk a little bit about conspiracies, but before we get into anything, we need to say hello to our Spanish viewer. We've got that one. We've got one listener in Spain, so we got to say hello.
Buenos dias.
Buenas noches.
But when we see you later, it'll be buenas noches.
Buenas noches or buenas tardes for good afternoon.
¿Cómo está el
Conche
vino?
su madre. That's fuck your mother.
Bueno.
No, I take that back. Keep listening.
Bueno
Keep listening.
Dios míos.
Bueno Dios mío.
Oh.
So I'm fucking prepared today because we've got all this. Look at this.
You have. I wrote some notes.
That's some paper. That's some paper notes because we're gonna get into some conspiracy theory shit.
Yeah.
And so I put up on our Facebook. Page. Hit us up. Give us what do you want us to talk about? And one of our listeners said adrenochrome. He said, tell us about adrenochrome.
Holy
shit.
Is that?
That is a fucking deep rabbit hole that I went down for that shit.
First of all, say the name one more time.
Adrenochrome. The conspiracy theory behind it is absolute batshit crazy. It's ridiculous. It's like I could start a religion akin to Scientology with this shit. It's fucking crazy.
It sounds like you're intensely chroming from a bag of paint. Adrenochrome.
It does. It sounds like, well, that's the thing. It actually is a drug.
It's a drug.
It's a drug. So we'll get straight into it. I'll tell you.
Just do it.
So adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is it's actually a naturally occurring substance that comes in your body. So adrenochrome is a compound formed by the oxidation of adrenaline. So it's something that occurs in your body when your adrenaline starts pumping through your body and it gets oxidized and it becomes adrenochrome. But it's like this fictional drug that has also been spoken about a bunch in movies like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's actually in the book as well. Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yep.
They use this drug called adrenochrome, and I think it has a similar effect to like DMT.
Right, and I'm
not a
so
drug.
out of the loop. I have no idea what even DMT does. I just see them as psychedelics.
You just
That's all I know.
you just know it as the Joe Rogan drug.
That's basically it. Yeah. I don't know anything about it.
So adrenochrome though, it's the conspiracy behind it is that it's a drug for like the Hollywood elite. The Hollywood elite the liberal elite in Hollywood use this drug called adrenochrome.
Right.
But the only way that they can get it, the only way you can get it is by harvesting it from little children that they keep in pizza shops.
In pizza shops.
This is what they believe.
What if it's a Lebanese shop and they sell souvlaki's? Like,
No,
why
it's got to
specifically
be.
pizza?
I don't know. They use pizza shops as a front for. They've got a basement full of children, and they get them hopped up on adrenaline. They like scare them and they chase them, and they actually believe that what's her name? They believe Hillary Clinton is manufacturing this drug by torturing children in pizza shops. If you go to the pizza shops and you order a cheese pizza, that's code for and they believe so. This is a conspiracy theory that came out of a group called QAnon. If you know QAnon, they've got some wild theories and shit.
You've gone deeper than me.
Dude, I've gone so deep. I went so deep into this shit because we have to. We have to discuss this. We're doing a service.
Well,
to the
clearly,
people.
I just want to say for the record, I don't like pizza, so straight away you can't think this is a sponsored ad. That we don't work for these people. I don't even like pizza.
Yeah, no, we're not like part of Hillary Clinton's advertising team or something.
I kind of fuck with Obama, but does that link me too close to fuck with Hillary?
Maybe. I don't know. All my reading, his name didn't come up.
Okay, so the Clintons are involved in pizza shop adrenaline blood.
So
from kids.
You can make adrenochrome synthetically, but if you want the real shit, which the Hollywood elite are using,
like the organic shit.
So Hillary Clinton is manufacturing adrenochrome torturing children in her pizza shops, and that's what started Pizzagate a few years ago.
Pizzagate.
Yeah, there was a whole thing called Pizzagate. So anyway, COVID-19 was brought around by a bad batch of adrenochrome.
This ties into COVID-19.
That's why Tom Hanks got it really early. Tom Hanks is addicted to adrenochrome, and he caught COVID-19 from the latest batch of tainted adrenochrome that came through Celine Dion, who's a high priestess from the Church of Satan. I'm reading this from an excerpt that I got off their website.
Hang on. So Celine Dion's husband had really good skin, but he died. So if this shit was legit, what are the health benefits if Celine Dion's husband, who I'm sure would be more linked to it than she would have been, because he was that quiet French-Canadian-born guy.
I don't know, but on
the background.
So Celine Dion released a bad batch of adrenochrome. She released
From
a bad
Vegas.
batch of adrenochrome.
Clearly, this started in Vegas.
It must have started in Vegas. That's why I'm talking to you about it. So she's a high priestess from the Church of Satan, and she released this bad batch of adrenochrome that started this whole COVID-19 thing.
Well, I mean, close the book. Why tell me more? I believe it.
Yeah.
Celine, I knew in her eyes.
So Celine Dion also has a children's clothing line, and she laces the children's clothing line with a chemical that makes our children gender neutral.
You know
this
what?
is all from this fucking. You can read this on this website. If you go to if you Google QAnon and adrenochrome, you'll find this shit. And this is what they believe. It's crazy. And I was like, this just looks like someone trolling on the internet. I found a whole bunch of tweets. People tweet about this shit, and they people were tweeting at Joe Biden, being like, release the children and shit like that.
So Biden's
fully
involved.
believing
So
it.
this is
Biden's involved as well because he's a liberal. So Biden's involved as well.
This is a Democratic base thing.
It's yeah.
But if it was good, Republicans would use it, right?
No, they don't.
They don't.
No. So this is Tom Hanks signaled to the Hollywood elite, the Hollywood liberal elite cabal deep state in his Golden Globes acceptance speech that there would be a shortage of adrenochrome. This is also why Ellen has closed her studio at the moment, because she's addicted.
Yeah, well, she's got a lot of energy, doesn't she?
Yeah, she gets it from adrenochrome.
She's got that kid energy.
Yeah. So like most reports of adrenochrome throughout literature sound a lot like DMT, but maybe it's just that adrenochrome, like beatniks, like Hunter S. Thompson and stuff. Maybe they just gave DMT a cool name, adrenochrome, for their books and stuff, because it's come up in other literature, adrenochrome.
Okay.
But yeah. So thank you for putting us onto adrenochrome. That viewer, I can't remember his name, but our listener that put me onto adrenochrome. Thank you for doing that, because wow,
he's obviously a Republican.
this was a deep hole that I went into.
It's got a cool name, but when they start linking Celine to it and shit, and I guess it makes sense because there is.
You just don't want to believe it because you're pro Celine.
I do believe that there's people injecting younger blood. Like, that makes kind of sense, right? Because his cells build from all that sort of nutrient coming through.
You think that there's people out there getting young blood and injecting themselves with it? Yeah,
but they've spiced it up to ridiculous levels. Why the? It's like they had a good idea based off a small idea, and then they've just thrown in random. Like that card game where you got a match random fucking things to make sense with different things.
Oh, like
let's put Celine Dion's name with the fucking pizza shop with this fucking thing.
Oh, you think it's like oh shit, what's that game?
Words of.
No. It's like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Where you're like linking.
Yeah, you just link shit.
I thought you were saying it was like a Mad Lib gone wrong.
Yeah, but like, why Celine Dion? Because she has a clothing brand. What about Jessica Alba? Like, I reckon Jessica Alba would be.
Her name didn't come up, but Celine Dion, because she has a children's clothing line, she laces that children's clothing line with chemicals that are making our children gender neutral.
Well, guys, right into Cotton On right now, because Cotton On are at the fucking base of the Australian Revolution of adrenochrome.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of fucking clothes coming in for kids. They're linked.
Yeah.
Celine Dion's got shares in Cotton On.
So apparently that's what's going on the internet at the moment, is this adrenochrome. And there's also that have you heard about that documentary coming out, Plandemic?
Nah.
Your good mate Tyler's all about it probably. He
right.
I saw some stuff on Facebook. Yeah, your mate.
So anyway, yeah, I can't.
Anyway,
yeah.
So there's some stuff also going on linking, obviously you've probably heard about people linking COVID to 5G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I wrote a thing down about that.
And Bill Gates and...
Yeah, well, when I thought about the 5G link, I'm like, what was 4G doing the whole time? Was that like the pre-symptoms?
Maybe.
It was still there, right? It's still there.
Maybe that was H1N1.
What's 3G?
H1... so around the time 3G was SARS and MERS.
They were more powerful, though. Why did they get more power out of the 5G, but the less powerful 3G is causing less...
They've been developing it, you know?
That's fucking fuck on me. Hey, look into it, guys.
1G was AIDS.
1G? No. Nokia flip phones. No, hang on, pages.
1G gave us AIDS.
Pages when they came out.
2G was just... I don't know. That was just a trial that went wrong. It didn't do anything. It wasn't effective. Yeah. Then 3G came out and gave the Middle East SARS and MERS in Asia and the Middle East. And then 4G... was H1N1, and now 5G. They've really hit the nail on the head and given us all COVID.
You know what? And 4G, the other side effect was that I went to Vegas a lot, so it makes you want to travel. But now I'm kind of like not wanting to travel, even with restrictions in.
Yeah, 5G doesn't make you like we're not here. We're not being held quarantine.
No.
Against our will. We're all choosing to stay at home.
Yeah.
COVID doesn't make you want to travel.
But I've been like, I keep opening a map every time, and when I do like the spiritual thing where my hand just drops, it's always on Wuhan. So there's some kind of... they want to boost tourism to Wuhan through 5G.
Yeah, you're being mind controlled to like want to go to Wuhan.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on, yeah. That's some crazy shit. Moving on to something actually a bit more real.
I just noticed the camera's about to get hit by sun.
She'll be alright.
So...
moving on to something a bit more real.
Bill Gates did it.
You reckon Bill Gates did it?
I don't know. I've got one person on my Facebook that keeps posting this. Bill Gates infected the world and look into 5G and they went to the rallies in Melbourne and
oh really?
And it's
apparently
so
at the
tempting
rallies
to
in
block
Melbourne
it.
they were chanting arrest Bill Gates.
Yeah. But it's so tempting to look away. But this is the problem with the conspiracies. It's so interesting to just keep watching.
It's too interesting to keep watching.
It's like a narrative of craziness. I love it. But I'm sure there's some truth to things, right? He is a big sponsor of the WHO. What is it? The World Health Organization.
Yeah. Well,
but that doesn't mean.
I just before we move on, I reckon do we want to get another expert to weigh in on adrenochrome? I'm going to call someone and see if we can get someone to weigh in on adrenochrome.
We need to call an expert.
Someone that knows a bit about it.
Phone a friend. If they pick up, could have given them a heads up.
That's better. Do you want to hold it?
I don't even know who I'm speaking to.
I hope he picks up.
Sorry, Mr. Cole. Please leave a message.
Our experts
Pick
off.
up your phone. We need an expert to weigh in on adrenochrome. Can you call me back?
Is that Kris?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's. Oh, here we go. He's calling back.
Okay. I'll hold it.
Hold it up to the mic. Hey, Kris.
Yo.
Hello, Kris. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
You're on the podcast with Christian and Beau. We're just we're
mate.
talking about adrenochrome, and I thought we needed an expert to weigh in.
An expert? I don't even really know what... I think I had the wrong idea of what it was.
Because I believe it was a mate of yours or a workmate of yours that put us onto adrenochrome.
Yeah, so is it... If what I was... And I don't know if this is even the truth of it or what it actually is, but I was... that it was like some a substance that was taken from the foreskin of young children, but I don't think that's it.
So I didn't see anything about foreskin, but it is taken from young children. What I read online was that Hillary Clinton manufactures adrenochrome by torturing children in pizza shops.
That's what it is. It's like whatever gets released when they're in that stressful state, and then they the rich and famous and whatever use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's it. It's used by the Hollywood elite. Your part.
I came with foreskins then, but that might have just been my own.
Maybe that's just your own sexual proclivities.
Chris, what we're trying to ask you is, do you have a foreskin?
I do. Yes, I'm.
Okay,
intact.
so you're not too affiliated.
Do you have anyone there that can verify that?
No.
You don't have anyone with you right now that could verify that you have a foreskin.
I've got Leo with me who could probably verify it.
I feel like you're lying. I feel like you've got someone else there with you that could verify that you have a foreskin.
I'll talk to you guys
Okay.
later.
Okay, see, he's being coy.
Can we do the wrap up? Do we want to start playing the Golden Globe music and the microphone just starts retracting?
What?
You know, when the speeches are going too long and the music starts playing, the microphone stand just starts to drop. That's
okay.
what I'm doing right now.
Thanks, Dr. Chris.
Thanks, Dr. Chris. Thanks for tuning in. So that was Dr. Kris Draper weighing in.
So his input was foreskin. So
his input was that he thinks it comes from foreskins.
So the key words out of this is pizza shops, Hillary Clinton, foreskins, adrenaline, Celine Dion.
I hope that if people Google any of those words, we come up.
Eventually. Well, in Spain anyway.
In Spain.
Through our Spanish viewer.
El
Hola.
Foreskino.
Hola, señorita. I'm just assuming it's a chick for some reason.
Oh, no. From the stats, majority of our viewership is, or our listenership, whatever, is male.
Hey, shout out to everyone, but shout out to the males
it's
out
a bit
there.
of a sausage party up in here. Can we get some female listeners? If you're listening, make your girlfriend or something listen too.
Or at least tuck yourself or something. Just
yeah,
speak in a higher note.
Your tucks.
So we feel like we're hitting genres.
Or log in, create a new Spotify account and tell it you're female. Do you even tell Spotify that you're a
I think so.
male or a female?
Yeah, well, they know my birthday. They always say happy birthday, which is weird.
Yeah, but I don't remember signing up to Spotify and telling it that I'm a male.
I don't remember
it asking.
I don't remember what I bought.
But I get stats on Spotify telling me that it's mostly males listening.
Maybe it's their Facebook link because the links to Facebook when you log in. I'm logged in through Facebook.
It doesn't always though. You can sign up independently.
I think a lot of people are lazy.
Maybe.
You know how you do that lazy Facebook login?
Yeah.
You're just I'm not fucking doing my email. Fuck that.
Yeah, you do the.
Here's
lazy
Zuckerberg.
Facebook.
Have another link to my life.
Yeah. So more news in conspiracy theories. This is actually legit. And I think this is something that's more interesting. So there were those videos taken by U.S. Navy pilots years ago. They were taken in 2004, and they're these videos taken by U.S. Navy pilots of some mysterious flying objects that move up and down, and you can hear the Navy pilots talking about it, going, "Holy shit, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck?"
They can see these dots of light in the sky moving ridiculously. They're moving up and down, left and right, unlike anything that we can conceive.
Yeah.
And so this is footage that's been around for a while. They were taken in 2004, but then they were released in 2007, and then some more were released in 2017. There were some more videos taken in 2015 that were released in 2017. Anyway, they're all very similar videos of Navy pilots taking these videos. Anyway, so they've been around for a while. Tom DeLonge loves them. He froths over them. He talks about them all the time.
Yeah.
And but just recently, this is news now, and it's coming to the news again now because the DoD, the Department of Defense in America, has released the videos confirming them. And they've declassified the videos and said that, yes, they're real, which is huge. The
thing that weirds me out, and I think I saw an article about it, was they've released them, for years everyone's gone nuts over UFOs. This has been the big thing, but it's swept under the carpet.
It's been swept under the
Like
rug.
no one really gives a fuck.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that
And
possible?
it's interesting that they choose now to declassssify them and say, yeah, they are real when everything else is going
It's
on.
linked,
And
isn't
it
it?
is going to get...
Bill Gates built
I
them.
don't know. I don't know if
They're
it's
micro
linked.
hard.
I don't know if it's linked. I reckon they've chosen now, though, because everyone's so preoccupied with COVID and Corona and Trump and all that sort of shit
For
that
real.
no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Have you seen the videos?
I have. I
You've looked them
saw them when they released them, but they didn't. They've confirmed them now. Like they've been out.
They've basically confirmed that yes, these are videos of. I don't think they call them unidentified flying objects. They call them something else. They have a different term for it in the Navy, but it's a
So-
very anyway.
I guess the thing is, though, no one's really talking about UFOs. Like we've never sat around. Like we're more interested in like 9/11 or.
If you're a conspiracy theorist,
Yeah, like it's not really a conspiracy. It's always been that wacko 60s Roswell-induced Area 51. Oh yeah, it's there. But
it is conspiracy though.
It is, but like it's kind of realism as well, isn't it? Because the universe is pretty fucking big for us to be alone. So
Yeah. It's very unlikely
like-
that we're alone.
But I guess no one's seen it direct, so it doesn't feel like a threat, or they can't.
Well, people say that they've seen it direct, but
Yeah.
it's never been
I don't know.
kind of substantiated like this before. Like this time, it's like,
Yeah.
that is real,
But have they?
and we don't know what it is.
But that's the thing. They haven't definitively got a shot of something that's really amazing. They've just seen an object fly fast.
Yeah.
So, does that really support a UFO theory about the alien probe bullshit and coming down and fucking with us?
I don't think it's not like obviously confirming that they are abducting us and probing us anally.
Yeah.
I think that it is.
I want it to.
I think that it does confirm though that was something in the sky that they were looking at. That if you watch the videos, it moves unlike anything. Like it doesn't move like a helicopter. It doesn't move like a plane. It drops like 20,000 feet in the space of seconds.
Yeah.
And then just continues to just kind of hover there.
Yeah, and I guess like it's amazing to think that there's something doing that. And I'm trying to think what the fuck, what could it be if it wasn't? But like,
well, it is true that in the Cold War, the Russians flew. They tried to convince the Americans that there were aliens. I think to slow them down in the space race, they flew odd aircrafts and that sort of thing in the US airspace to get their
fuck with
attention
them.
and to fuck with them, basically. Like, yeah.
maybe it's
Which
the
is
Russians
interesting.
just shooting propelled objects from. I
Maybe
don't know.
I'd like to believe that it's Putin shirtless inside like a little hovercraft helicopter or something shooting around,
Nah, he's inside a Metamucil
drinking
cap.
vodka.
Drinking
He's
vodka.
there. He's drinking vodka. That's what
And just because he's arrogant, it's Polish vodka.
yeah. Do you know he's been in term like 20 years, something like that?
And
He's been in
he
power, like-
quits twigging the rules and shit.
Yeah, he keeps tweaking the rules so
Yeah.
that he can keep going. So they do. I think they have like 4-year terms, and you're allowed to do 2. So he did 8, and then he put. Then instead of being president, he created a new position for himself. He literally created a prime minister role and put himself in the prime minister role, put his best friend as president,
Yeah.
did another 8 years as that, and now he's changing things again so that he can become president again.
It's like a low-key dictatorship.
It is 100%.
And his asset control he gives to his mates. So one mate runs zinc, one runs iron, and they're all on the. I was reading the Billionaires list the other day. I'm seeing all these fucking Russian names, like $20 billion, $15 billion. They're all fucking mates of Putin.
They're just mates of Putin.
Like it's just
Maybe they're all just shell
conglomerate.
companies and those are fake names, and it all actually just is Putin.
That's it as well. There's rumor like he's the second or first richest, but there's obviously the super rich don't disclose their wealth. So like the Saudis with all the oil.
Yeah.
At the minute, Putin's probably the richest. Oil, you couldn't sell oil with a fucking. You can, but it's low as fuck.
The barrel price hasn't changed.
No, it did. It went to nearly $1 a barrel.
Yeah, but like recently the price of petrol came down,
Yeah.
and now it's shot back up.
It's
It's
still
shot
80
back
cents.
up. It's shot back up for no reason. The barrel price hasn't actually
So
changed.
yeah, right. It's a demand thing, right?
It's just a demand thing. It's just
As they
like,
loosen up the laws.
we're allowed 5 people over. There's going to be more people on the road. Better put petrol up.
Yeah, true. Actually, we're not breaking the law right now. Is this the first?
You and me,
This is the first time I've seen you in like
months.
months.
Probably maybe like
Can I touch you again? Fist.
Fist me.
No, just we don't need to touch like tippies.
Oh, we can though. Oh, you just want to fist it?
Yeah, just fist it.
Okay, sorry.
But it was natural.
Yeah, doing that podcast over Zoom sucked dick.
Did it?
I did not like that at all.
That
Just
was
because
alright.
I couldn't feel your energy. I like to be in your aura.
Me too, man.
You
You
know
got a
what
good
I mean?
aura. It's traveling at a speed that I'm not sure they're going to disclose to the world yet.
Oh, in 15 years, the DoD will probably tell us that,
Footage of
that
Christian.
aura is legit.
Confirmed Christian.
There's drones above us watching us right now for sure.
For sure. And
We're
there's
talking about adrenochrome. There's
That's it.
like
That
Will
antenna.
Smith.
That
Will
fucking
Smith is
antenna.
probably watching us with a drone.
And Jade is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I only learned
Tupac.
about her link to Tupac recently. I didn't
Yeah.
know that she was like best friends with Tupac,
Best friends.
like lovers basically.
Yeah.
She was. I mean, I don't know how I could be Will Smith in that threesome.
It would be two-sided.
Imagine right now if Beck came to you and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually like best friends with Eminem. I have been for years. Like we grew up together. We do everything together.
It'd be intimidating.
Don't let me make you feel like less of a man. But I'm just letting you know." And he does wine tours.
He doesn't want. I'd be single within the
He
night.
does wine tours, and they're bigger and better than yours.
Yeah, they're
Wouldn't that make you feel a little bit less of a man? Because you're a white rapper and you do wine tours, and so does he.
Look, I pay respect to the people putting
And then
in
he
the work.
comes to you and he says, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this song called
The real
Pussy
Pinot Noir.
Bitch, Pussy Bitch King. I'm doing a song called Pussy Bitch King."
And that's when his career goes down.
No, that's when it
I wish
blows
I
up.
had a
Everyone's
Dr.
like,
Dre.
Holy shit, that's the best thing we've ever heard. How come no one else ever thought of this before?
Hey, I'd be friends with them
And
just to get to Dre.
he'll get Pussy Bitch taken off YouTube. Oh, so you know, I
Copyright
said to you the other day when we were teeing up doing a podcast,
Yeah.
I had something related to your music, some news for you,
Yes.
and I said I'll save it for the podcast.
Okay. Bring it on. What happened?
So, I recently, I recently uploaded all our videos, all our podcast episodes to YouTube,
Yep.
and episode 2, it got flagged, and it cannot be monetized. We cannot monetize. We can never make money off episode 2 because we got flagged for a copyright infringement. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I make sure the music that I put on these episodes, I always make sure it's royalty-free music. I can find royalty-free music and make sure that it's specifically royalty-free music that I always use for the intros and outros.
Yeah.
Apart from when I've used your music.
Yeah.
So
I know where you're going.
why am I getting copyrighted for using Pinot? Wow.
Because I pulled that beat off a beat site and someone else has registered and made a rap song out of it, and that
So
beat
you
registers
fucked us. We're never gonna make money off that episode. I'm gonna sue you because I'm possibly losing out on millions of dollars of revenue for the monetization of that video.
Look-
Because it's up to 16 views. Do you know how close that is to being monetized?
That's just a few zeros off retirement. I mean, the big numbers start with 16, don't they?
They do.
Um,
And you fucked me. I'm going to go to the poorhouse now because I can't monetize that video because you fucked me over with the copyright claim.
you know what? I reckon you could monetize it. You got to contact the original author of the composed music that I took.
Do you reckon if we contact them and we say, hey, we made this sick rap
It'd be
called
50-50.
Pinot. Well,
I could send it to him, but I don't want him to go. Like, I've got that video, and I spent all that. I flew to America to film that. How do I feel? I was there on a holiday, so.
well,
I was doing it, so-
I was going to
but,
say, you didn't fly there just to.
Nah, I
the
didn't do
video.
it. But like, that video, I put time and effort in. I've actually got a music video for it, and now I can't monetize it. But I don't give a fuck.
Recorded and produced by Beck.
Yeah, well, recorded,
Oh,
video recorded.
I was going to try and give her more credit, but you just wanted to shut her down. We'll see how your relationship goes after that. Beck.
It sounds like she made the song. Nah, she
made the beat and
I'm
everything.
a front for my partner. She's really the brains behind my life.
I was trying to
Yeah.
make her look good there, and you just kind of shut her down.
No, I
so,
just made her look good anyway. Don't worry, I'll make her.
Who's nicer to her out of the two of us
Mate,
right
I
now?
can fucking make her look good. But I am there. I'm the other half.
Yeah, no.
Together, full. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to see Em soon, and I'll apologize to her that you know.
To Em, why do you need to apologise to Em?
We're putting up inappropriate pictures on the podcast over Zoom with past
Oh,
girlfriends.
yeah, I don't think she even knows about that.
She doesn't know her now because she's skipping some of the video, and this is the bit she skips.
I don't think she doesn't listen to every episode.
No, that's not supportive of
I know,
her.
it's rude, hey.
That just means that.
But you know what? She's never going to hear this.
We're safe. Hey, Em, what's up? P.S. I got attacked by wasps yesterday.
Yeah, I
you see
saw
that?
that video.
Yeah, because I can see
Walk
a
us through.
native
Tell
wasp
us-
right there.
Tell us the story. Are they the murder wasps?
Nah, see, that's a native wasp.
Oh shit!
That's not what I got attacked by. I got attacked by
You
the
got
European wasp.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Muslim wasps. Or something.
Motherfucker. Well, I don't know. They're halal, a little bit of halal. But yeah, I threw the video.
Tell us the story. Tell us the
Okay,
story.
so
We'll put the
I'm
video up on the Facebook page for those that are interested. But
yeah.
tell us the story.
Oh yeah, I'll put that on the. Fuck, that's a good point. So I was taking pictures of my motorbike. I was looking for light coming in on the property. There's a bit of shade. Went to the light. It was inside the horse carousel. We don't have horses, but we have a horse carousel. Just because we're flexing out here in the valley. And then I put the bike up. Doesn't have a stand. Put it against the horse carousel. Then took some pictures. There's a log in the horse carousel. I threw the log over the edge of the fencing, and to my, I fucking nailed a wasp nest with accuracy. Like I didn't mean to do
Why
that.
was a wasp nest on the ground?
They take over rodents, or they dig into the ground. They nest from the ground.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they can nest in any sort of crevice and shit, but they nest from the ground. Yeah, I mean, and then
But the wasps got angry. They came out. They're like,
they start swarming and they go for anything that moves, right? And I'm fucking there, and then I'm
and they're
like,
European wasps, so they came out.
They're
Probably
angry,
had a
mother-
cigarette. They came out and they're like,
they're like,
why you fuck my house? huh? You fuck my house?
you want Brexit, bitch? And then I saw them all pissing out. I'm kind of like, that doesn't look good. And I'm like, they're just insects. You know, when you see flies, you always see insects.
Oh,
flying
they're
around.
just insects.
They're just insects. Like, what the fuck? Next minute, there's a fucking flame on my fucking ankle.
Minute?
Fucking, fuck! And then I just jump up and I piss bolt out of
The
there.
video's funny because you ran so far and so fast.
I've
Like you were
got
being
speed.
chased, but on the video you can't see wasps.
Yeah, you
so
can't.
you just see you like stand up and like, oh shit, and then just start piss bolting across the driveway into
Yeah.
their house. And I swear to God, I watched the video, and if you watch it, you'll see Beau. He runs into the house and he locks the door behind him.
No, I
He locks the door behind him.
They
when
can
he runs
open
into
doors.
the
They're
house.
European.
Like the European wasps are going to come up to the door and unlock it and beat him.
Well, if my mum answers it and she doesn't know who it is and they come in, I'm fucked. So I've got
If she just comes down and is like,
Yeah.
oh, there's some friendly wasps at the door, some friendly European
I'll
wasps
be like, no.
carrying croissants and baguettes.
fucking French. Well, they have Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
They have like tapas.
yeah, they've got some tapas.
They got some fucking
It's
sangrias. We were here to see your son.
and then you haven't locked the door, so she just opens the door, and
And
then
then
she gets mauled by murder wasps.
Yeah, the European was the
European murder wasps.
But they chased me up the driveway, which you can't see in the video. It's very pixelated. But
Hence why you locked the door.
I was shitting myself, bro. I was just like looking behind. I'm like, they're not gonna follow me. But I was still like Usain Bolt speed, and I'm looking around like someone's trying to
You
stab
ran
me.
like Jesse Owens.
Yeah, I fucking ran. And the boss, there was. I was about to say bees. The wasp didn't understand how fast that like 90-kilo white human could move.
Yeah, they underestimated you, didn't they?
Yeah, so but the thing was, I had still had my bike there, so 20 minutes later, I'm still seeing them go nuts. They're attacking my motorbike.
They attacked your motorbike.
Yeah,
Is
they
your
were going.
motorbike okay?
It was turned blue. It's a
not
Yamaha.
Is it
always blue.
allergic?
A little bit.
Oh,
It
shit.
had like one stroke, but really it's a 4-stroke. So that's terrible. That's on the fly right now.
That's terrible.
So yeah, I had to wait 20 minutes, and the wasps start attacking a bike, and I was kind of worried. I trying to Google, is it like if you disturb the ground when you go near the wasp nest again? They can recognize imagery, like they know what you look like. They've got photographic memory.
They had security camera footage of you fucking up their house.
Yeah, this motherfucker. And I took off my beanie as a precaution because I had this beanie on, and I went back like that. And
Hoping they wouldn't recognize you. You took off the beanie, hoping they wouldn't recognize you.
I
Like,
was so
hey, is that Beau?
intimidated.
Oh, no, Beau was wearing a beanie. That's not him.
Hey, it worked.
It worked.
I don't think they recognized
You
me.
went back and they didn't recognize you.
I tricked the wasp, the
So
dumbasses.
you were able to go back and get your bike.
Yeah, I got it back, and I just went in there and I ran, and it was actually some wasps in the bike. So when I got up to the top of the driveway, they were flying out of the bike. I'm like, don't call back up. Don't call back up. I said, motherfucker.
Did you run back inside and lock the door?
No, I just stood there and took another video for the Facebooks and Instas.
Oh, do it for the gram.
I need to share it with people.
Yeah,
So-
put it up on the Facebook.
I will
'cause,
put
you
that
made
up.
a video of the CCTV footage.
I did a little
of you
narrative.
running away, and you've got like some propaganda images of your bike that you're trying to sell, like flashing halfway through the video too. I thought that was funny as. That was really good. Yeah, that was funny. And
Bike for sale.
now that the bike's up, have you had any offers?
Oh, I haven't put it up proper. Like, that's the only thing that's been advertised on. Actually, Ricky sent me a message. He's like, is that bike learner approved? I'm like, no, it's a death trap. It would kill half the learners on the market.
Oh, shit.
So that's the Wasp situation up here.
Story.
I am a bit scared to walk around the property now. But we're pretty safe here, even though there's an Aussie wasp.
I want to walk around your property looking for mushrooms. To be honest, I want to go like mushrooming around your property. I reckon.
Are you into that?
Into what? Mushrooms? Mushrooms are delicious. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean like pine mushrooms to eat.
Oh, right. There's a 100-year-old pine tree down the paddock.
I meant magic mushrooms.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did you really?
I meant magic mushrooms.
You're a naughty boy.
Surely there'd be. I've never done it. That's why I'm interested.
Oh, you've never done it? Well, you better
I've
know
never
which
done
ones you're
magic
picking, because there was a news article that it's like 2 people died in Victoria because they eaten the wrong fucking...
Well, they're idiots.
Well,
Don't they know how to fucking use Google?
Yeah. Or Bing. Clearly that's going to be on Bing.
They clearly didn't ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. I remember that one. He was kind of useless. You'd ask him shit and you're like, I can't wait for Google to come in 15
I
years.
don't know why, like, why make your mascot like a butler name?
Yeah, look.
When you want information.
Who won out of that?
Why I'm not going
Who
to ask
won?
a stifled white butler, like...
He was dodgy as well. Like, what about, he was white. It was very stereotypical. Why is all butlers white?
If Google was a person, do you think he'd be white? If
I
Google, the
think
search
so.
engine, was a human.
Well, Silicon Valley's pretty damn white, isn't it?
Silicon
I just think
Valley
of Silicon Valley when I think of
Valley
Google.
is very white.
Elon Musk. I think of Elon Musk. Everyone
Bezos.
in Silicon Valley looks like Elon Musk. It's
Fucking
just,
Bezos. But hey, what do you think of
Not a
Elon
glass.
Musk's baby's name?
Zenphobia 3000 or something like that.
Zen Phi Alpha 312.
Well, first of all, what do I think of his
Cedar.
missus? Grimes is a
Grimes?
interesting.
She's
human
an
being.
interesting cat. She is her that relationship, her and Elon, that is Reddit in human form.
It is.
It's meme in human form.
It's a modern Yoko Ono.
Kinda, yeah.
In a weird way, right?
Oh my god! So I watched this video recently. You might have seen it of it's John Lennon playing live with Chuck Berry.
Oh,
Have you heard about? Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my god! So it's 2 legends of music getting together to play a song. They're playing like I think they're playing like a country song.
Yeah.
And they've got a band and stuff. And Yoko's there, and she's playing banjos.
Yep.
And just every now and then, she stops playing the banjos, grabs the mic, and is like, she makes weird sounds into the mic every now and then, and it's so funny. Every time she does it, Chuck Berry's looking around like...
Chuck Berry can see through the shit.
Chuck Berry's like, what the fuck?
What did you think of Yoko?
And then she'd go back to playing bongos.
Really?
And it's hilarious. You should YouTube it later.
That's when couples don't... They try and gel, but they just, like, then she fucked the Beatles. Didn't make sense.
The thing is, John would think that's completely normal. John would be like, I love that bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, he let it happen, right?
Yeah,
he was like the open-minded...
John
Get
would have
out.
been like, that was a great contribution. Thank you, Yoko.
I mean,
That's what that country song needed. It needed some... I can't remember. I don't think that's the actual noise she makes. But she grabs the mic and makes weird, like, animal noises into the mic. Just every now and then during the song. It's so strange.
I wonder... They just seem so experimental. They would have surely tried every drug under the sun and experience... Like, they would,
Number 8.
They would have been far out if
Number 8?
No, what the fuck is number 8?
Number 8.
What's
number 8?
What is that?
Number
is that
8?
from the song when she's playing the bongo? She's like,
Revolution's number 9, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking
It's
about.
a song. I think it's off the White Album.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And it's all these like city noises and stuff being played in reverse, and Yoko's like talking in it. And the Simpsons
weird.
did a rip-off of it. Remember the Simpsons episode where they do the barbershop quartet?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Barney becomes like artsy. He comes in a little beret and stuff, and he's got a Yoko with him.
Really?
He's got like a Yoko Ono, and he's like, we should play more music like this. And he puts a cassette in, and the song it's Barney just burping, and every time he burps, she's like, number 8, number 8. No, and it's a piss take of Revolution's number 9.
Every time you tell me something like that, I feel unculturalized.
Unculturalized.
Yeah, did I just make that word up?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, it should be a word that makes sense how I used it. All right. Hey,
Unculturalized, definitely.
Speaking of adrenochrome,
Adrenochrome.
what have you got on the sheet? Is that everything?
Oh no, I've got some more. I've got a little bit more.
I love just hearing
conspiracy
this
stuff.
shit. You're like human Google.
Well, that's because I googled it and now I'm speaking as a human.
Okay, Siri, Isjan.
No, I don't. Fuck Apple. I don't. Not Siri. What? Well, you got me into Tower 7.
Okay.
You mentioned a few episodes ago Tower 7, and I was like, what the fuck is Tower 7?
And you didn't look it up for ages. And
I didn't look it up
You're
for a
just
while.
rolling with this thing.
I let it roll for a little while. Now you're going to get COVID.
Release.
Now you're going to get COVID.
Fuck.
Are you freaking out?
There's not enough hospital beds around here, bro.
Shit. Yeah, Badgers Creek.
Look, if I get sick here, I have to get airlifted.
What do you mean?
I can't afford that shit.
It's Badgers Creek General is right over there. That's huge 10-story building. That's
Mate,
a hospital.
Hillsville Sanctuary doesn't count. It's an animal hospital. And I'm not the animal you think I am, asshole. Hola. Hola to our Spanish viewer.
Hola to our Spanish viewer. You got me on a Tower 7. I finally looked it up. So do you want to give a rundown of what Tower 7 is for people that are listening and might not know what Tower 7 is?
Okay, so first of all, we say Tower 7, look into Tower 7. It's always been the joke with us because we've got a few mates that like conspiracy theories, and I'm not like too big on conspiracy theories.
Yes, you are.
A little bit. And I'm always like, yeah, bro, but you haven't looked into Tower 7. Like, I know, like you're talking about something else, and you're like, but nah, bro, but Tower 7's like legit. So that's always been the funny
It'd be
thing.
like, nah, we didn't land on the moon. Tower 7.
Yeah, exactly. Like Neil Armstrong. Don't talk about Neil Armstrong. Talk about Tower 7.
Tower 7.
So Tower 7 was an affiliated building out of the World Trade Center site during the 9/11 attack.
Yes.
So, a million theories around 9/11 because a theory can come from anyone's one thought, and it depends how it's projected, right? So
that European wasp looks angry.
That might be a native one.
You better take your.
If it's
you
yellow,
better
it's
take your
European.
beanie off.
Oh, they recognize me. So, Tower 7, right? It was across the road, right? And it never got a direct hit from the Twin Towers collapsing. So it actually fell
It was never hit by a plane, but yet it fell.
Yes, this is the thing. But as a few other people online and all that have talked about, the way they've got vision of it falling, and the fall of the tower is what fucks people because it looks, what they say is like a controlled demolition. It falls so flat down that the sides are perfect. It would be the epitome of a controlled demolition if you were controlling demolition. I'm not saying it's controlled demolition, but this is the thing. This is the smoking gun for all 9/11 conspiracy theories.
The biggest, because one of the biggest parts of this theory is also that Tower 7 fell, I think 12 hours later.
Yeah, at least 9 hours.
It fell
something like that.
Hours after.
But the logic of it, like there's a lot of videos which I was looking up. I definitely lean towards logic, but I love a conspiracy. The logic is that it got damaged by shrapnel, started fires from the collapse of the main towers, the 110-story massive motherfuckers. It destroyed a bunch of buildings around it, but this building was across the street, and it housed a lot of CIA, FBI stuff, a lot of big office building. I think it was 20 floors, 27 floors. It burned uncontrolled for like those 9 hours, right? And it was damaged initially, so there was a subfloor collapse internally, and the sprinkler system. They always go on about the sprinkler system. It was damaged by the collapse of the main tower, so there was no way to no one went in there to fucking put it out, basically. So it was burning for as long as the towers collapsed.
What was in Tower 7? Tower
7 was full of a lot of wood offices and file system, but CIA, FBI offices.
No, I mean the big.
That's another smoking gun.
That's another smoking gun. Is the Tower 7 had FBI and CIA offices inside? Yeah. So the theory is that maybe they used Tower 7 as a base to organize 9/11. Yeah. And then to destroy any evidence that it was a false flag attack and that it was an inside job. They just leveled the building. Yeah. And paper shredder and dumping it in the woods and burning it in general. No, isn't that enough? Not good enough. Fucking level that son
level
bitch.
A 27
And the
story
thing was,
building.
there was no casualties from Tower 7 falling because they'd evacuated that whole area.
Well, that makes sense, right? Who's going to stay there?
Because it fell like 9 hours or something later.
Yeah, and it was right in the fall zone. Like, there's clear damage on pictures of it, and it's smoking. But the thing is, they're like, was that enough to bring it down? Blah, blah, blah. I think it's Termite Explosive, an iron ore-based explosive I was looking up.
Did you say Termite?
It looks like Termite, but it's called something else.
Termite. Termite Explosive, not Thermite?
That's thermite.
No, termite explosives.
It must be thermite.
Are you sure it's not termite?
No, termites pull your house down over 10 years. That's an insect.
Maybe they only take 9 hours.
It's thermite.
Are you sure it's...
They put
Okay,
insects.
so it's thermite,
they
not
put
termite.
insects. Celine Dion was there a week before with Hillary Clinton, and they put
That makes sense.
termites in the building.
That's believable.
And no one at work there noticed. They're like, "Oh my god, my paper's being eaten. Oh my god."
No, that makes perfect sense.
But yeah, that's the theory, right? CIA officers, they leveled to get rid of evidence. The way it was destroyed was controlled demolition. There must have been explosives in it. Why did it fall 9 hours later with little damage? There's a whole bunch of yes and no's for it, but I don't buy into it too much. It's just a bunch of bullshit that you want to pinpoint.
Just a bunch of some bullshit.
What are they flied remote control planes into the Twin Towers. Like, there was no one on board. They were like military grade, and they try and slow down the video and say, this plane's darker, it's military grade, it's full of explosives.
Yeah.
Classic jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
It can't.
I don't know. Are you a fucking engineer?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? Everyone's a fucking expert.
I am.
See, people watch these
I've Googled some stuff.
No.
Got my degree.
People watch these one episodes and they become an engineer in the episode and they believe the facts that they've been fed, and then suddenly that's gospel. Yeah, there's two sides to a story. Oh, let's just take one side.
That's the whole anti-vax argument. It's like, I've done my research.
What fucking research?
You'd
have to go to
your
scientists.
research.
You'd have to source different... It's like when you write an essay, you source references, yeah? You don't reference conspiracy sites as all references. You got to go to real scientists.
Start with www.google.com. All of them.
Adrenochrome.
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 Powered by thermite.
Yeah, so...
Termite.
Oh, that's another one. I read the best conspiracy about COVID-19 was, which was funny, was a bunch of witches got together to get rid of old men, and created a potion. Because
So a bunch of witches,
like misogynistic men, to get rid of misogynistic 60-plus-year-old men.
Nice.
Because that's its target, right? Hey, let's not kill the kids, because it's not clearly killing many kids.
No, yeah.
Let's not kill the youth. Let's not kill the Middle Ages. Let's just wipe out these dirty, smoking, fucking Italian men. You know what I mean?
Why Italians, Beau?
Well, that was, for a few weeks, that was where it was targeting.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, they hate Spanish. They don't like Russians at the minute. Brazil's becoming an epicenter. Obviously, they not American. I don't know.
I'm not enjoying the Americans.
Who's got a lot? It must be. I reckon COVID started in New Zealand. They've only got 1,000 cases.
What, they just breezed through it real
I
quick?
don't know. Yeah, and what else? Greenland actually has cured themselves. They had 11 cases in Greenland.
Antarctica's got heaps of cases. The penguins down there are running rabid.
Little icicle fucks.
Yeah, in their little
But
tuxedos.
I don't know. Like, everything can be a conspiracy. I reckon we could do a whole episode of just making shit up. Like,
100%.
you could just start linking shit. Like reverse cycle air conditioners, like what I'm looking at right now on my wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
who's
have you got a reverse cycle aircon outside, though? That's a bit strange.
No, like,
doesn't that fuck your electricity
it's the conduit to go in. Conduit. I know the fucking words. I run Jaguar Electrical. Who's to say that the government don't put particles inside the reverse cycle air conditioners, and that spits shit at you during winter when your immune system's the lowest? It makes you deliberately sick, and there's chips coming out of it, and you're inhaling the chips.
There you go.
That's how I just made that up.
That's how conspiracy
and then,
starts.
10 years, that's gospel. This is where it started.
So I did want to discuss, after we got through the conspiracy theories, why we think people are into conspiracy theories and what's the psychology behind it. And I look at it as I think it's very similar to religion.
Yes.
I think it's very similar to religion in the way that I've always thought of people that are very religious. I think they need to believe that the chaos and the randomness and the uncertainty of life, they need to believe that there's some order to it.
Yeah,
They don't want to believe that random acts of violence can happen. They don't want to believe that there's no reason that someone like a 6-year-old could get cancer and die. They don't want to believe that life is chaos and there's no black and white and it's all grey.
Yeah.
They don't want to believe that, so they believe that there's a higher power and they can then say everything happens for a reason. There's a reason that my higher power chose to do this. There's a reason my higher power chose for me to have a shitty day. They can write everything off as it's all part of a grand master plan. I think that psychology and that thinking also applies to the people that are conspiracy theorists. They don't want to believe that there is just when you've got 7 billion people on Earth living lives, that there can be such thing as coincidence. They have to believe that things are linked. There's no such thing as random and chaos, and there's no such thing as that. There's grandmaster plans. There's people controlling everything.
Grandmaster Flash.
But you know what I mean? They don't want to believe that there's random and uncertainty. They need to believe that everything's organized and there's a plan, and it's coming to fruition, and that is, they put that on the boogeyman. They put that on the Illuminati. Well,
and it's the same when people hate people, right? It's like, even if it's your internal problem and you've got issues with, like, you're a fucking psychopath, it's always, fuck that person, you caused it. So that's like the same with conspiracies, isn't it? Like, fuck, the conspiracy's this, and it gives you kind of like a purpose, I think is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
It gives, like religion does, like, gives you a purpose to live. Conspiracies, with everyone, especially right now, like, it's easy to sit around because of Facebook, because of Twitter, whatever. And if you're inclined to be a person that doesn't have much else going on, or you're kind of bored and you're susceptible to it, you're going to sit around and start reading articles and getting on your fucking high horse. But I think that's just human nature as well. That's why people attend rallies against the government. They just find a purpose. And the problem is people just get one-sided about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'll always try and step back from things, even if it's myself. If I'm looking at something critical of what I've done, I'm trying to take myself out of the emotion and then just look at it like, well, what the fuck?
Are you saying you did 9/11?
I did. My middle name is 7, and I was born in a tower.
There you go.
Link the dots. But yeah, I mean...
And your birth date adds up to 23.
Yeah, but... 24.
23.
Okay. Jordan.
No, the number 23.
What's 23?
666, the number of the beast.
Oh, that's 23?
Yeah.
I was born a day after, on the 24th. So I've just dodged devilism. That's why I'm Diablo Montana.
That's your
Diablo is demon, and Montana is a really sacred, beautiful state of America, and like the evil and the serenity.
It's like Marilyn Manson. Marilyn
Kind
Monroe,
of.
the beauty, paired with Charles Manson. Manson.
Yeah, that's perfect. And Trent Reznor. Oh no, it's different.
I hurt myself today.
Hang on, I'll give this song to Johnny Cash. Oh, it's not mine anymore.
Yeah, no
Johnny
shit.
Cash owned it.
No, I still think the original's better, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But yeah, like,
fuck you
hey,
like an animal.
It's hard to talk to people that are into conspiracy theories that don't want to fucking listen to two sides or be open.
Yeah,
to them.
no. It's you start to question it, and it becomes, oh, you're just a sheep.
Yeah, but
You're
like, it
just a
goes
sheep.
both ways.
You're just a sheep.
Let's have a discussion.
You just keep drinking the Kool-Aid and have the wool pulled over your eyes. You're just a sheep. Like, you think Cobain killed himself. You're just a sheep. Courtney did that shit.
The problem is there's possibilities and everything, and that's enough for people to just run with.
Yeah. What do you think of
I think anything's
Kurt and
possible.
Courtney? Who did he kill himself?
I really looked into that, and I've unlike you, I've actually been to the house a few times, and I felt you did not go to Seattle.
I've been there.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Did you go there?
I was there.
Did you go to the Music
I
Experience
was there
Museum?
when she killed him.
Oh, you fucking dickhead.
I was there.
Are you Dave Grohl?
No, he wasn't there. I was there.
Okay.
I watched her make him write the suicide note, and then she added the four lines at the bottom.
She was meant to have written that.
She wrote the
No,
four
he
lines
wrote
at the
it,
bottom. He
and
wrote.
yeah,
She made him write it though.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Is that what
She
you
made
say?
him write it, and then the four lines at the bottom are in
fuck.
different handwriting, and that's what she wrote.
So
I'm not joking.
A
I'm being
fantastic
serious.
band, Nirvana, troubled lead singer, history of heroin
If you
addiction.
don't know, I don't think you need to give a preamble to who Nirvana is. If you
Okay.
don't know who
Some
Nirvana
people,
is, fuck yourself.
Ricky, wouldn't know who they are.
Yeah, but that's Ricky.
He listens to Linkin Park. That's
Fuck.
fine, but
Yeah,
he missed
Linkin
the
Park's
90s.
a great band.
He just missed the 90s completely. He
Well-
doesn't even know who Ace of Base are, who are the greatest grunge pop electro band of history. No, that's a
Ricky
lie.
is just on another. He's on another plane of existence with his girlfriend and his dog and his little house there in Officer. He's just on another plane of existence. Ricky, fuck you.
We're joking, Rick.
Joking, Ricky.
Ricky,
Love you, you lanky
Ricky,
fuck.
you fucking dirty fucking Dutchman.
You lanky fuck.
I don't know what I was
He's
trying
got
to say.
that low body fat. That's why he's good at driving
Oh,
go-karts.
he has got so low body fat,
That's
but
why
he's
good at
allergic
driving
to.
go-karts. He's not good at driving go-karts. He's just light.
Yeah.
That's why he won that day that we all drove go-karts. He won because he's got low body fat.
He just kept going past me. I'm like, I've got my foot down. What the fuck is this guy
You're a
doing?
fat cunt. That's why I came. And
can I argue
that's
with
why
that?
I came near last. That's why I was like third last because I'm a fat cunt too.
Yeah. No, I came 4th.
I came
Out of
all
9.
over the steering wheel.
You can't. Oh my god. You drive me nuts. No, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt died natural causes suicide.
Natural causes. The shotgun had nothing to do with it.
Hang on.
Hang on. No.
Hang
So
on,
this is
hang on,
a new
no.
theory. I haven't heard this one. The shotgun had nothing to do with it. Kurt died of natural causes.
No, the name of the shotgun was natural causes. Okay, he
That's
died of
terrible.
natural causes.
That's not funny. You shouldn't joke about
Well,
that.
he died from a shotgun shot. But
That's natural causes to you.
look.
So when you go
hang on.
hunting and you hunt a deer, you're like, this deer died of natural causes.
Yeah, and it says on the barrel natural
and then it's
causes.
got a bullet on its head, in its head.
It
And
says
you're like, oh, it died of natural causes.
but the bullets from the earth. The
You'd
gun is
make-
made.
You'd
from
make
the
a
earth.
really good detective.
Detective.
Detective Boheme comes across a crime scene. There's a perp laying dead on the floor. She's got like 6 bullets in her, and your partner comes over and he's like, "What do we got here, boss?" And you're like, "I think she died of natural causes.
Multiple natural
I think
causes.
she died of multiple natural
6
causes."
natural causes.
Yeah, I think about six 9mm natural causes to be exact.
9. That sounds like
Case
a night out with
closed.
me.
Case closed.
9mm of love.
Natural causes.
Natural causes.
Anyway, yeah. So Kurt died of natural causes, and Courtney just inherited everything.
You're like Fox News. You just ran with the topic right there.
That's called improv, baby.
Yeah, no, I think Kurt was in a bad spot, and Courtney didn't help. I think she caused it indirectly.
But all right. So you don't think Courtney killed him?
I think indirectly she mentally might have put him to that place,
No,
but not
did
physically.
he pull the trigger or did she pull the trigger
Nah, I'm sure.
of the natural cause?
Nah, look, I'm sure there's a possibility that she could have been there, but I would
How do
say
you
not.
explain the gravity-defying shotgun shell that ended up on the wrong side?
I've never looked into that, and I've never seen much information about that
See, so
one
you're full of
topic.
shit.
So I'm just assuming you're telling me the truth.
So I'm telling you
That
that
sounds dodgy.
the shotgun shell. So he had a shotgun in his mouth, and he's pulled the trigger after shooting up like an ungodly amount of heroin. Where like he had so much heroin in his system that there's no possible way he would have been able to fucking work a gun. Like he was next level.
What if
off
he
his
just
base.
shot up?
So he's shot up.
Look at that.
that fucking wasp
Oh
there.
my
Holy
fucking
shit!
God.
Take your beanie off. They keep recognizing
Fuck.
you. You didn't fucking lock the door, did you? That's why they keep coming in.
Oh, my mum let him in. They're fucking very persuasive.
So so he had a shotgun and he had an ungodly amount of heroin in his system. Like apparently,
Yeah,
I
an
think the
overdose.
autopsy said that he had like 3 times the amount that would kill you in his system. So 3 times the amount that would kill you. So how on earth does he then manage to work a shotgun?
Look, I wasn't there.
See, I'm telling you,
take,
I was.
No,
and
no.
I'm telling you.
Let's take heroin right now. Get a shotgun and see what happens to us, and assume that we've got the
I'll do
exact
it.
same body type. We ate what he ate.
I'll do it.
We like.
I'm gonna shoot it up
Unless you
between
can
my
show me-
toes though, so I don't have track marks.
Look, this is like Escape from Alcatraz, right? They always say the 3 guys that escaped from Alcatraz, they ran off and they were never heard from again. But where the fuck are they? I don't know.
Shooting up
But they could have
heroin.
lived. But they could have died
Of natural causes.
of natural causes in San Francisco Bay.
In San Francisco Bay, a big natural cause with 2 rows of teeth that swims and has a fin on its back. That's your natural
Hey,
cause. In
the
in the
tide
bay.
would have fucked them before that. That they would have been dragged out.
Fuck,
to
we're
the
dancing around all over topics here. What
motherfucking
fucking
Pacific.
podcast is this?
This is another conspiracy. I'm just
No,
talking
but
about
we're not
life
done
and
with
death.
Kurt, all right?
Okay, come back to Kurt.
Because there's more evidence.
Bring it on.
Like I said, the 4 lines at the bottom of the note are completely different handwriting.
But maybe he wrote them in a different state of mind.
So what? He's
Later.
written most of the note, and then he's be like, you know what? That's not done. But I'm
Do
going
you
to
do a
come back to
spreadsheet
it.
at once?
I'm going to come back to it.
If you're doing data for your business,
I'm writing a suicide note, but you know what? I'm going to come back to it. You don't write a suicide note in 2 sittings.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. It was not a suicide note the way it was constructed. The last 4 lines were a suicide focused on that. The rest was kind of like a lull.
So now you're making my
Poetic.
point for me. You're agreeing that the last 4 lines were written by someone else.
No. It was written later. I didn't say it was by someone else. He wrote the start. Yeah, the handwriting's weird. There's like a thing about that.
Yeah.
But it was written in 2 different
Handwriting
moments.
analysts.
It wasn't written at
from
the same
crime
time.
scene investigation.
Guess
have
what?
Looked
We
at it
write
and
notes
said,
all the time.
That bottom 4 lines is
No.
in a different person's handwriting.
Okay, so
Someone else.
listen here, chump. Okay, I called you chump.
Don't
Do you
call me
understand?
chump.
Yeah, chump.
Don't call me
You
chump.
packing them chump.
I'll set Wasp on you. Don't call
You
me chump.
Cardinia chump. Yeah, oh, well, I can do that by myself.
You can.
And they know who I am now. So I'll send them to you.
Just put your beanie on, you fuckhead.
Look, yeah, the notes are another thing. Look,
And yeah, like I said, the shotgun shell. He had the shotgun like this. So the shotgun, the cartridge would exit the shotgun this way, right? It'd come out this side and it come out over here. But the shotgun shell was over here. How did the shotgun shell end up over here? Why did the shotgun shell end up on the wrong side?
oh, I forgot you were there. See, I wasn't there. You were there. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
see?
I don't know. I've never heard about the shotgun shell. I'll have to look into that.
Look
Who
into it.
fucking knows?
Tower
The
7.
cops mistreated that investigation as it was.
Well, they did, and then Courtney has hired a private investigator to look into it further as well.
Who was shit. He didn't even go up the bungalow rooftop in the garage.
So Tom Grant was the name of and
you
he
got-
looked into it. He spent months on it as a private investigator, and even he has come back and said, yeah, it was probably Courtney. Even he's come back. The private investigator that she hired, he's turned around. What private investigator turns around to their boss and is like, you know what? I think it was actually you. Tom Grant, that's who.
I don't know. Isn't it
'Cause he
private?
He knows that it was Courtney.
Well, I mean, have you watched Soaked in Bleach?
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
Is that okay? That was very cinematic. The trailer was really good. I never actually watched it.
Well,
Montage of Heck did my head in a little bit.
I loved Montage of Heck.
Yeah, it's very creative and
It's
stuff.
so
But I kind of just want a biopic. Like I like biopic reality shit. So I want to see them on tour and him going nuts. But that was more artistic, approved by the family. But yeah. Look, it is a weird thing, but like it's the same thing. Like I mean, yeah, it could have happened, but yeah, it couldn't have happened. I don't fucking know.
Well, you know, I reckon there was probably evidence in Tower 7, and that's why they blew it up.
Yeah. Everything after 2000, where are they storing it out? Norway? Under an iceberg? Like, where is the information being stored?
Who knows?
So, coronavirus is out there. That's the new 9/11, coronavirus, right? Because this is going to cause conspiracy. This is so impactful on the economy. What was another theory? They were going to take away money from people. That's the other theory. They're going to get rid of cash and, like, hoard, and the government pays you a stimulus and whatever. Oh,
This
my
is
God.
this is a trial for communism.
Yeah, there you go. Communism trial.
This is
I don't know.
like all the world leaders are trialing communism.
But then there's the argument. You could say that all the world leaders get it, but then China could have just done it. China could have just set it up.
China. You know what it is? It's the China virus. It's China.
China.
It's the China virus. China.
From a lab in Wuhan.
From a lab in China. It's the China virus. That's why I call it the China virus. China.
There is so many reasons. Hey, you know what? I hope none of those are true, eh? I just hope it's... Hey, flu happens all the time. Hopefully it's just that, right? It's something that's
That's
not
where I
sinister.
think we're heading. I think that we're heading into a future where the corona just becomes kind of like another... it's going to become just part of our regular flu season.
And how fuck's that? We can't accept it because it's got a higher death rate.
I don't think we're ever going to get a vaccine. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, but you're not a scientist either. What makes you say
No,
that?
but I because a scientist has said it won't happen.
It could happen. It could happen in some form, but it come late.
Because SARS and
Oh,
MERS.
shit.
I'm going to reference SARS and MERS again. That's a
Jeez.
drunk wasp.
That's a drunk wasp? Oh, no,
Dude, it's
man.
because you fucking put your beanie back on.
Oh,
it
fuck's
recognizes you
sake.
again.
There's a fucking wasp on
Every
my fucking
time you
line.
put the beanie back, the wasp comes along. Have you not realized the
fucking
causality here?
hell. This is fucked.
It recognizes you.
I've never been in so much stress on a beautiful balcony in my life.
Well,
so beautiful out here.
You obviously weren't in New York in 2001 on September 11th.
There's
were
no
you?
balconies in There's Twin Towers. There's
No, but
balconies
what
in
if you
Tower
were-
7.
Oh, hey. Oh.
What does that mean?
All right, well, that was a poor taste. 7-Eleven, 9/11, 7-Eleven, 9/11 joke.
7-Eleven.
China.
China.
Look, yeah,
on my phone
I
now.
reckon that we're not going to have a vaccine because, like I said, SARS and MERS happened in 2003. Still, to this day, don't have a vaccine. And the same thing happened. It was a big outbreak. Everyone was scrambling to get a vaccine, but then the virus went away, and they were like, oh, okay, well, now we don't really need to. That's what's going to happen now.
But the thing is, you got every bloody scientist on Earth, that professional in vaccine, that's working on it, because there's never been anything like this since Spanish flu. Just a little bit there, because you got to drive.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of wine.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking wasp is just looking at me.
See, now it's looking at you because it's confused. It's like, didn't he have a beanie? What? I swear he had a beanie.
These guys are legit. These are my bros.
This must not be the guy. This isn't the guy.
These are my bros.
This isn't the guy. He's not wearing a beanie, guys. This isn't the guy. Don't sting him. He's not wearing a beanie. This isn't the guy.
Do the stingers come out, or because that one doesn't have a stinger that's protruding right now?
I don't know about wasps. I know bees. They're the ones that like the stinger breaks off and then they die. Bees die after they sting.
Yeah, bees are like weak.
I don't know
dogs.
about wasps.
No, wasps keep going.
I think they're like holy roller.
What the fuck? Is it sucking my phone screen? Or it's just looking at me like, you piece of shit.
It's looking at you confused because you don't have your beanie on.
It's like, I kind of know that guy.
I think that's the guy, but
Hang on.
his hair's...
I've seen him somewhere. Was that the guy running
head
really...
doesn't look right.
Was that the guy running really fast in the driveway last night?
Is that the guy that locked me out of his house? All right, well, look, let's wrap this up, yeah? So that's our conspiracy theory episode.
Yes.
We looked into some conspiracy theories. We hope you entertained you.
Oh my god.
Go and look up adrenochrome, because I tell you what, I can't believe that people actually believe this shit. It is fucking wild that people
Sounds
actually
wild.
believe this shit.
The Celine Dion thing got me.
Like, I honestly, I don't think I could write. I don't think in my wildest imagination I could write up something so fucking stupid.
Hey, there's people with computers and a lot of time on their hands, so let's respect them and their beliefs.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, that's what I just thought that as well. It's
Did ya?
amazing. We couldn't have done this on Zoom. This mental
see?
shit.
It's because I'm not feeling your aura over Zoom. I need to feel your aura. I need to bask in your presence.
Touch my aura.
I need to feel you inside me.
What?
Thank you for listening. Yeah, you heard. Thank you for listening. Make sure you rate and review this episode if you're listening on Apple, or if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to start doing that. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube.
And
hit the thumbs up.
that sun is definitely that sun is pounding that camera right now.
I'm so over the sun, man. Who fucking said let's do a podcast outside? Fucking stupid.
We need to do it earlier. Which would have happened, but
make sure you go ahead and like us on Facebook so you can keep up to date with when episodes are coming out. We post stupid shit on there, and you get to talk to us. If you're in Spain, we love you. Te amo.
¿Cómo estás,
we
amor?
love the Spanish people. Thank you for listening in Spain. Tell your friends about us. Make sure you get some women listening, because at the moment we kind of seem like two white misogynists that are just catering to other misogynists.
We don't mean to be, but maybe it looks like that.
It kind of looks like that.
We really love to. We might even do an episode where we talk about menstruation or something.
Maybe we should dedicate an episode to women's struggles and problems.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
No, well, hang on. No. But, see, you just answered that very misogynistically.
No, I didn't.
Will be a very respectful episode. Actually, we could even do an episode about how we think women are pleased by men in every way.
We'll do a whole episode about why...
How to please us.
How to please men.
I don't know. Does that help?
How to please men. I think that's what the women want to know. How to please men.
And what about... We want to know how to please you, so...
No, I don't.
Okay, no, I got. We're figuring it out still.
We're figuring it out, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, brother.
Good to feel your aura. Thank you.
Thanks,
Peace.
guys. Love.